Good morning. It's Monday Morning with Cheryl. I am going to be continuing the topic of habits, which I started last week. There's so much more information, and I keep discovering more podcasts, more things just on this topic. So I find it really interesting. So last week I had heard an interview with Brene Brown with James Clear on his book Atomic Habits. And to summarize very quickly, he talked about, instead of just setting goals, that we need to have identity-based habits. Who do we want to be? What does that look like? And then the necessity of putting really strong systems in place to be able to achieve that. So if you want to be a runner, that's your identity-based value of health and running. How can you set up goals and the systems in place to become a runner? So he talks about 4 steps of behavior change to make that happen. So to make it stick, he said there are 4 levels. 1, make habits obvious. I like using the example, this is a simple one. I used to take vitamins all the time. I stopped. I have these little containers I put them in. And so this week, I put them exactly on the counter where I eat in the morning for breakfast, and I can't miss them, and so they're right there. So that's actually helped me, and I've known to do that and have chosen not to until this week. Next, make habits attractive. There's got to be something there that makes it enjoyable in some way. And for me, I just really feel good once I've taken them because I know they improve my health in that the doctors have actually recommended these particular vitamins. Make it easy. They talk about starting to develop these habits in 2 minutes or less. He tells a story of a gentleman who wanted to start exercising, and literally the first couple of weeks, all he did was get in his car and then get out of the car, do one exercise, and he got back in. So really small steps, make it easy, 2 minutes. And then lastly, it needs to be satisfying. We want to feel good and satisfied with what we're doing, obviously. So again, those are his 4 steps. I also want to mention, I just learned about another book, and I think it's called How to Change, and her name is Katie Milkman. She had some interesting thing talking about apps that are carrots and sticks and how to reward yourself. She even gave this example of to make yourself stick to a goal. To say that if you don't do it, that this thing is set up where you give to a charity of one that you don't want to give to. So that sounds a little extreme to me, but I guess people have to decide what works for them. So there's all different ways, a lot of resources out there. I read the book Tiny Habits, there's Atomic Habits, and now this book, How to Change, which I haven't explored quite yet other than the podcast. So I'm very interested to hear about your identity-based habits and those systems that are necessary to make those changes and what you've put in place. Next time I'm going to be talking about students specifically and how to help them be successful with goal setting, and how does that tie in to being identity-based, building identity-based habits. So we'll explore that next time. Take care.